me, not you.
And we are recording. Welcome to another podcast.
What's up? Where am I looking? Here?
Oh, yeah, that's
That's mine? I'm like, hey, where are we going?
that's your camera. That's my camera.
Okay, cool. But
Yeah.
you can see yourself there.
Yeah.
Well, I can see myself, but I'm like a little smaller.
Yeah, a little bit smaller. I
that's
need to get another screen.
That's all right, mate.
Sorry, man.
No,
Sorry.
it's fine, bro. It's fine. We'll let it slide. Just this time. Next time, I expect better.
Oh shit!
it's fucking
we have another creative, Eli. He's a sneakerhead, a dancer, and an executive chef. Hello, Eli.
Fuck, you make it sound crazy, bro. This is,
Fuck yeah.
Simple stuff.
It is crazy. How you going?
Good, man. Good. I'm excited to be here, bro. Like, obviously, you know, me and you, we go pretty far back now.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's just, it's crazy to see what you're doing. I mean, like I always say to you, like I always call you, I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm so proud of you. Like, you just keep pushing the boundaries and the envelope on what you do, man. Like, you don't hear it enough from enough people, you know?
Yeah, thanks, man.
Nah, I do it, you know, like, you know, and, you know, you bring good people together, you know, and you're creating a scene and a space where, like, people can talk and have conversations about stuff that, you know, it's just enlightening and helps people grow. And
Yeah.
I just love it, bro. I love what you do. And I love podcasts as well, so I'm a big fan.
Thanks, brother.
No, all good, bro.
It is interesting, like, I guess because I've done a heap of stuff, like, throughout my life, and I've come across heaps of people, and with the emergence of, like, social media and, like, different mediums digitally and stuff like that,
Yep.
just having the opportunity to express myself, but also magnify what's happening in other people's lives as well, which is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, well, you've got a gravitas to you, man. Like, I mean, like, you bring people in and you can get the best out of them, if that makes sense. And that's a really good quality, man. So, like, I'm not trying to, you know, fucking get up your ass in grass or whatever. But, like,
Hey,
I'm
you
just
should-
trying to be nice. You know
should
what I mean?
come live here every day, and then you can tell me all these great things about me.
No, you know, like, as I had a conversation with a friend of a friend the other day who's from the US, and he was saying, "Oh, bro, like, it's gonna get ahead here, like, with my arts and stuff like that." He's a musician and stuff, and he's there is a lot of that. Like, I don't feel like there is people that give props, but there's a lot of that sort of, like, you know, tall poppy bullshit, you know, like,
Yeah.
and also, like, being here today, like, I'm a little nervous because it's like, you know, imposter syndrome and all those sort of things. You kind of, who the fuck's gonna want to listen to me talk, bro? I don't even want to hear myself talk, bro.
Yeah, but
You know, I hate my own voice in that sense.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that. But then I think also it's this thing around repetition and just continually doing it and being comfortable and confident. And you know what? If I get like 2 views on a podcast or a reel, or I get like 10 likes,
Yeah.
that's 10 likes that someone's looked at it, and I'll go, you know what? That's fantastic.
Well, you gotta start somewhere, bro. 100%.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't care if it goes viral or only a small amount of people view it. Like,
Well,
at the
that's
end
the
of
difference
day,
between doing it for you and doing it for someone else. You're doing it
Yeah.
for you because you love it. You know, you
Yeah.
love talking, and look, we've had heaps of conversations over the last couple of years. So
Yeah,
this is just
exactly.
another conversation for us, but we're going to talk about each other a little bit, if that-
Exactly.
rather than talk about what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so cool.
exactly. So, how long you been in hospitality, man?
Bro, long time, long time. I started working in hospitality when I was about 16.
Yeah. So, like 2 years ago.
I wish. Feels like decades ago, bro.
You were born with that beard.
Yeah. I look alright for my age. I'm doing alright. Anyway, yeah, I started like just working in a local like sort of Chinese restaurant, and I was coming to the conclusion that like I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I wasn't like I was very good at arts and crafts and woodworks and stuff like that, but like academically I was like, I just didn't have the patience or the attention span to fucking really give my all, and like it just sort of didn't work for me. And if I wasn't being creative, I was just like they were just like, you're gonna be a fucking, you know, dickhead, you're gonna end up on the streets at Bum Park, you know, scabbing ciggies or something for $1. Like, oh, you know what, all right. So I asked my mum, I said, look, this is what I want to do. I want to travel and I want to be creative, and I want to be able to do those things and earn a living and earn something. And also at the time, I was obsessed with dancing, freestyles and stuff like that. So, and she was like, well, where I grew up, which is the Blue Mountains, there's not really a lot of dance up there. Like I did ballet and rock and roll when I was a little bit younger coming up. And I was like, she was like, well, you know, you need a platform to pay for a platform, if that makes sense. Like you need something to pay for your dream.
Yeah.
And we don't have any money to pay for it. So you're going to have to find that yourself.
Yeah.
So living in the Blue Mountains, there was, I don't know if anyone's ever been to the Blue Mountains that's listening, but there is a really massive hospitality culture up there because obviously it's a World Heritage Site, the Three Sisters and the Sassafras Gully and all this sort of stuff. Because my mother actually worked, it was like one of the managers of tourism up there. So we did a lot of tourist
Shout out to Mum.
Shout out to Mum if she's listening. I'll make sure I send her this anyway.
Yeah,
She's probably gonna
yeah, boy.
Mum's a word, So there was a lot of hospitality work up there, and they had a really good college up there called the Wentworth Falls Culinary School or something like that. So it was really cool, like place to become a chef. And like some of the chefs I've worked with up there, like I have never worked with better. You know what I mean? Like Lillian Fields, shout out to Lillian Fields and stuff like that. It's just great, and I met some great chefs that I worked with, and the talent up there was insane, and the food that you could produce because. You know, you're working at big hotels and stuff like that. They got massive budgets and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, so I did most of my apprenticeship up there. Then I ran up to Brisbane, worked with my cousin who opened a restaurant. And then I worked with him for a few years, who was a great mentor and a great chef. And then I came back to Sydney, and then I went back to Brisbane, and then I went back to Sydney, and just been traveling around between those two. And then my sister was in Melbourne, so I was like, fuck. Melbourne's a place to be when it comes to arts. Like she was like, because she's got like a master's in fine arts and she's a costume designer. She works for like 10 or 10 and all this stuff, doing all this crazy shit. You know, like she's right in the scene of like, costume design. And she also owns a costume design shop or a costume shop. Yeah. Out of Preston called the Costumery. So if you ever need costumes, plug.
Boom.
Boom. There you are. Extra plug for you.
I always love a good costume.
Yeah, everyone needs a costume. Dress up parties are the best, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You get to be someone else for a day.
Well, not just that. I think the whole process of like just getting into it, you know, like you go 100% into a particular character, you dress up, you know, like I'm always the one that goes like all out, you know, and
you method acted through it.
Yeah, like if there's a particular theme, I'm like, I'm going to do that. And then I do everything that I possibly can do to actually get that happening.
Yeah. You're like Andy Kaufman for the day.
Yeah. So it sounds like it was just like the whole creative streak was kind of a little bit in the family. And, you know, I think kudos to you to, you know, if you're living in the Blue Mountains and wanting to actually kind of like do something, you know, that you'd be passionate about. And that's how you kind of got into hospitality and cooking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then, and so you mentioned that you did like dance and like ballroom and like stuff, rap and stuff like that, like freestyle. Like how did that kind of one come about and two impact you kind of like growing up?
I think when we're younger, we're always searching for something that is our identity in the way that we can express ourselves, if that makes sense. So like, I think dance was a way that I felt like I could express myself visually, and I felt like when I was freestyling or when I do dance, especially through freestyle, I can really go into that Goldilocks zone of what, you know, you kind of just aren't even there. You're just movement. You know what I mean?
Dance like no one's watching you.
100%. Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. And also like when I was growing up, like I was just like Michael Jackson was like could just watch his videos and just you know, like, and I started, so that's where my kind of movement to hip hop and all the other styles that I learned throughout the years. But I started like, because obviously there was no Michael Jackson classes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like all that was to offer was like rock and roll, which is like, you know, like partner dancing, and ballet, which my mum taught me. I did a couple lessons, like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
So I started Michael Jackson dancing, and then I went to like, you know, do competitions and like Michael Jackson impersonating competitions and stuff like that like that. Yeah, it was fun. I was never the best, but I always tried to be different. Like I always tried to do my impersonation of what I think it should be, rather than just being like nailing exactly what he did.
Yeah.
And I think that was where my grey area was. It's like, I want to be like Michael Jackson, not Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. Like put your own kind of like twist to
Yeah.
how he kind of did things, but bring your own character to it.
Yep. Often imitated, never replicated.
Often imitated, never replicated.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. That's how I feel about him. Because there's so many people that can do what he do, but it's just never the same.
Yeah, 100%. And I guess, you know, there's that saying as well. This is a bit of a tangent, but there's that saying like, you die twice.
Oh, yeah, I love that saying.
You die when you physically die, and then you die when the last person says something about you.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's not the one I
Right.
have. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So when the last person says something about you and no one else talks about you ever again, that's when you die the second time.
Oh, yeah.
And so because Michael Jackson's, you know, Michael Jackson, he's kind of like still living.
Yeah.
Because people are still talking about him.
Yeah.
You know.
And also there's a lot of, like, look, you know, there's a lot of stuff around that. Like,
yeah. I mean, is he really dead?
Not even
Is he
that,
on an
like just the
island?
bullshit that, like, I mean, like not bullshit, but like, you know, I just try and stay away from all the noise. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, there is possibilities of whatever that is, but I don't want to get into it. But like, I only ever like if I don't have to like you to like what you do as an artist. Like, I'm sure like people like don't like me as a person and don't like. But like my food or like...
Who are you? Who are you?
like my food or my style of dance or whatever it is that I do.
What are you doing with your life?
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
He's a G.
Mate, everyone's got to have someone that doesn't like him out there. You know,
Bro.
if you're not shaking the boat a little bit, you're not living your full life.
When you're getting any little bit of success, you're always going to have haters.
Oh,
It's
right.
actually. I think it's a
100%.
it's a measurement of success when people have so much envy and jealousy around what you're doing and how you do
100%.
things. And yeah, it does kind of like piss me off, but then it's kind of a bit like, oh well, you know,
get
like
that heaps, man.
you're gonna get that,
Like
right?
there's gonna be like there's gonna be some like you know some guy out there on Instagram that you know can't you know like meet the women that you get to shoot every fucking day. Well, that's true. There's going to be someone out there that's envious of what you do and is going to hate you for it. And that's just fucking life, man. You know? So you just got to rise above it and just get on with it, you know?
Yeah, how I rise above it is I just continue to just be myself.
Yeah.
Like,
And you're a fucking dude too, man. So I wouldn't worry.
Thanks, man. I was at a shoot yesterday, a big group event shoot, and one of the photographers, like, you know, most photographers are introverted, and you know, like kind of came up to me. It's like, hey man, I've been like following you for a while. I can't believe I'm meeting you, you know. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, man. Like,
Yeah.
show me the photos that you're getting, you know, and all this type of stuff. So, yeah, like I'm just a everyday normal fucking person that's had an extraordinary life, and I'm just trying to like highlight other great things that other people do, you know?
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, 100%. Like, it's all about how you act in them. Like, if you act like a douche when someone's just trying to be a dude, like, it's not worth it, man. Like, you might as well just stay humble, man. Because people are just going to enjoy being around you way more. Even, like, what do they say? Like, be careful who you're a cunt to on the way up because you never know who you're going to need help from on the way down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. Like, that guy that you were like, oh, fuck off, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
But you could have been like the next thing, and then like, you know, you could be on your way down. He's like, do you want to do a collab or whatever? Like, and he's like, fuck off, you know.
All right, so this is the last question I'm going to ask about hospitality, but it might be the last one. What is your signature dish that you absolutely love and you absolutely love cooking?
I don't, look, I get asked that a lot. A signature dish, I think because I've worked in so many different kinds of culinary cuisines in the sense, because I've done obviously worked at different, like with a lot of chefs that have done different kind of food styles. I was a pastry chef for a long time as well, and I really love the way that you can design things from pastry, like chocolate, like chocolate and sugars and all these like sort of, molds and sprays and all these things you can do. You can get so creative, and so it can look so beautiful on a plate, like just like so beautiful that you can't even eat it. Like it's just like, this is art. Like
And
this
it's-
is
yeah,
art,
it's
and it's an
intricate.
edible art,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it beautiful, is the fact that someone spent hours and hours designing and getting this on a plate just for you to destroy it. And that's what makes it beautiful as well. The fact that it was art and now it's in your body and it's giving you the feeling of like excitement and sugar and stuff.
It's fucking making me hungry.
Where's the pizzas at?
I can't eat pizza. I just like I can eat
You
pizza,
can eat
but
some.
like if I eat pizza, I just fucking smash the whole thing.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
normal,
like,
bro.
mate.
Pizza's pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
It's
So
good.
so are you more like sweets or savory? More
Look,
sweets?
generally, like what my cuisine is normally like Asian fusion, French fusion. So like I like to fuse like different Asian cultures through my French training over the years.
Yeah.
So like obviously most professional kitchens are like a French background, if that makes sense, like
Yeah.
a French model, would you say? And then obviously I grew up with a stepmother who was Asian chef, actually. So
Right.
when not grew up, but like she was married, well, not married, but she was with my father. And she used to show me a lot of Asian food, and I was really inspired by that. And then, I just love Asian food as well. It just tastes so good, man. Like, and
Yeah.
you can't go wrong. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's just
I
the
know.
flavors, the flavor.
I'm Asian. I get very nostalgic whenever I'm like walking around like an Asian kind of area and walking in the Asian supermarkets and
Yeah,
going,
bro. Asian
like
supermarkets are the
pointing
best.
things out, like like
Just
with
like you
my-
get like something off the shelf, you're like, what is this? I'm taking this home. I'm going to put it through.
Yeah.
This is it's the best. And it's like
Yeah.
you get home and it can be bad. Like I've had bad experience.
It can be bad,
but,
yeah.
it not more often than not, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So from a dance point of view, like, is there a particular like style that you really enjoy? Because you also teach dance.
Yeah. I have actually, obviously, because I just took on a little bit of an extra role with my my cooking, but I have taught a little bit throughout the past and was teaching for a year or so, just like casually. But it's something that you can kind of do like on and off, you know what I mean? Like it's something like, I have friends out there that do it full time. I have friends out there that, like that's all they do is they just go to each studio throughout the week and teach or whatever like that. So,
Yeah, right.
So you can do it full time if you wanted to, but I like to break my life up a little bit,
I think having a bit of variety helps.
100%. 100%.
Well, certainly for my personality, which is why I like doing lots of different things
Yeah,
all,
always doing
all,
something
all at the same time. And people are like, how are you even like sleeping? I'm like, sleep's just one of those things that you schedule in.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
It's like training as well. Like, we
Yeah,
had
it's
this
like
conversation.
training.
It's
Yeah.
like just before, like, I got told this years ago, like by someone that was, a phenomenal trainer. He was like, it's not something you put as a chore. It's just a lifestyle change that you have to make sure that's in there every day.
Exactly.
And I'm not crazy big or anything, but I do it for my stability and mental stability and just helps my like overall life, and lifestyle that I like to live.
Yeah, like when you do exercise, you're kind of like putting your body through physical exertion, but that physical exertion is also cleansing like your mind at the same time, and it allows you to have more clarity, I think, on either some of the things that you've got going on or some challenges that you're facing, like in your day to day.
Yeah.
And it kind of just helps you alleviate and bring everything back to like a foundation.
Yeah.
think.
It puts you level headed is what is, like keeps you level.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it just, I think you need that if you're just sitting in front of a computer all day and then you go sit on the couch and sit in front of a TV all night and then go sit in a computer every day, like I feel like you need I don't know. This is just my speculation on the matter. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah,
I can't speak
exactly.
for anyone else.
Exactly.
But I feel like I feel better if I push myself to do stuff.
Did you just dodge my question?
Maybe. What was the question
I
again?
was like, what is your favorite style of dance?
Yeah, I did dodge it. Just sneaky like that. No, definitely. Like I would say, like I think the most creative style of dance for me, and where I can be like the most creative, is like what they call as urban choreography.
Right.
So it's like two modern urban songs, like hip hop ish, sort of gangster rap, whatever you want to do, but you create like a choreography around that. If that makes sense. But I personally, I really like freestyle, but. Yeah, I think that's where I like to put my energies towards, and that's what I normally teach as well.
Yeah, right. Just give me a second. I keep getting these freaking notifications.
Yeah,
on this
for sure,
PC.
bro.
Boom. All right.
Sick, bro.
So like urban freestyle,
Well, yeah, urban
or like
urban choreography.
urban choreography.
I think that's the
you've
proper
like
name for it.
you've done dance with like shows and like pretty big shows, right? Like, what were they like?
I wouldn't say super big. Like I've done some openings for some bigger acts, but never really danced with anyone super big.
Right.
Like I've been in the same building and opened for like Trey Songz or something, years ago or something. Like on the same shared a stage, or danced in clubs and been like a club dancer and been on stage with all different musicians and stuff over the years, but not as much as I probably could have done. And I did full time and I did all that stuff as well. I think the biggest thing, and what I say to anyone that comes to me for advice about dance, is I always say, like, and this is just, like obviously, I'm just saying what I think you should do.
Yeah.
Is like you can, as a dancer, you should, if you really want it, if it's something that you have to have and you can't ever not be anything else, you need to put yourself in 110%, not 100, 110%. Like you need to literally throw yourself into that world and just do everything you can to really create a brand for yourself. Like I suck at self-promoting, bro. Like that is so hard. Like to be a self-promoter, like, you're good at it, but I'm not someone that really goes, hey, look at me, guys. You know what I mean? Like,
Hang on. Is that what you think I do?
No, in speculation,
it's usually just me acting like an idiot whenever I post anything about myself, or because I just love, like, I don't know, I get a lot of enjoyment out of making people laugh.
Yeah,
and
your shit's funny,
and like, I don't know, but. Like I get what you're saying.
I guess I'm just like, I've just kind of like maybe just that, like, scared of like what, like I've just never been really someone that like wants too much attention. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really an attention like seeker. Like obviously if I'm in a club and I'm dancing, I might be like, trying to show people how fucking whatever, But I don't know. Self-promotion is tricky. I always struggle with it, bro. And I'm not saying it's like I actually envy someone like you, even though I'm like, but like I wish I had that in me and years ago to be able to just go like, boom, this is me, bang, here I am, everybody. And I think that is a crazy trait for people to have. If you've got that, like really push that, you know what I mean? Because that's going to help you grow. And just get out there, like travel like to the US. Like it's just crazy over there. Where
from a dance point of view, like
I mean there's a lot of work over there, and there's a lot of growth over there. And I think like everyone that I know from here that goes there, like when they come back, the more they go there, the more like contacts they make there. They get really big here. I don't know what it is. You know that, like as a photographer as well.
I think it's just because it's a different playing field, right? And when you on a different playing field, you gain different experience and you gain different skills. And then when you come back to this playing field here, people are like amazed.
Yeah, 100%.
Or they're like, they more opportunities open up and present themselves.
Yeah.
And so I think it is it is kind of still a little bit about that saying like knowledge is power.
100%.
And if you go to another playing field like the US and you experience other things, you know, you're gaining more knowledge
Yep.
on what works and what doesn't work. And then when you come back here, you know, you're kind of, you use that knowledge, you know, to progress yourself here, and people will see that.
Yep.
And you know, I think, and I've said on a number of podcasts now, like we live on an island,
Yeah.
right? And so if you're thinking you're ever wanting to like come up with something new, the best thing to do is to look outside the island, look at what's going on in the US, look at what's going on in Asia, look at what's going in like South America or, you know, Europe or whatnot, and guarantee there'll be other people that are either in the same position or they're doing stuff slightly different to, you know, progress themselves.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I tip photographers, whenever you want to get some inspiration, look at other people from other countries on what they're doing, because some of their stuff is like absolutely crazy.
Yeah. There's always, everything you do, even if you do it to your best of your ability, there'll always be someone out there doing it better.
Yeah, yeah.
100%. And I think the trick is to find that person and not be disheartened, but be inspired.
Exactly.
You know?
Being inspired and supportive.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what you do, man. That's exactly what you do. Like, I've sent photographers your way, and you're like, yeah, I've just had a shoot with him or whatever. I'm like, yeah, sick, bro. Like, thanks for that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's a fucking cool thing to do.
100%,
You know?
100%. I do like what you say about, like, if you're wanting to take up dance, don't go in at 100%, go in at 110%. I think that's with everything.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to truly commit yourself, like, you need to understand every single aspect. And that 10% of, like, effort,
yeah,
you know, and I guess some people will say, oh, how do I give 110% when you should, you know, the limit should only be 100.
Yeah.
But the reality is that little bit of extra or that little bit more of an obsession or a passion, you know, is the difference between 1 or 2% between you and the next guy.
Yeah. Well, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just that little bit extra.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. And, you know, like I've been doing photography for like 11 years.
Yeah.
So it's taken me 11 years to get to where I'm at. And like, you know, people are like coming up to me at events going, oh, I've been following you for years. I'm like, well, I'm thinking, well, that's because I've been doing it for 11 years.
That's it.
You know. And
you're a vet.
And but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I still don't know as much as what I'd like to know.
Well, that's a perfect mindset to be in with anything. Like, once you stop trying to grow, then you probably should just give up.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, as soon as you say you know it all, then it's probably time. Like, I tell that to my apprentices as well. Like, once you think you know it all, bro, then probably just go do something else, because you're never going to stop learning about cooking or photography, because there's always something new. There's always new equipment, whatever. There's always new dish. There's always new something coming out.
Exactly.
You know? There's a new way that they can make, I don't know, asparagus bright purple or something, you know, like, who knows what you can do with it. There's always things happening.
Are you coming out with a bright purple asparagus
maybe
Eli product?
That's something that's possible.
What are you going to call it?
I have no idea. Purple
headed
asparagus.
Monster, the purple headed monster.
Damn. No. I thought we're going the custard chuckaroo. That's probably for the younger listeners. Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. This YouTube channel is explicit. Whatever, we can just talk about whatever.
That's good, man.
But yeah, no, I definitely agree with you, and I definitely think from a creative point of view, like the possibilities are just endless. You know?
I think like why I say that is because, like, I feel like sometimes I did give 100%, but sometimes I was obviously like I took up two passions that actually take a lot out of you. Like most people would say, oh, being a chef, that's you have to sacrifice this, you have to sacrifice that, you have to, you know, like, you can't do this on the weekends, you can't do, like, it takes a lot of sacrifices from your personal life to and those things that you would do as a chef, they almost fall in line with the things that you do as a dancer, if that makes sense. Like, you know, you need to be at gigs at night or whatever, like, you know, and you need to have the energy to do it and stuff. So, but what I said about the 10% is that whatever you think is 100%, you need to go harder than that. Because your mind might not, you might think that you're going 100%, but you're actually not. You need to push past that 100%. And that will create that is the growth part of it.
Yeah.
That's just what I think, and that's what I take away from it.
Well, so my interpretation of that is if you're pushing that extra 10%, that extra 10% at some point becomes muscle memory, or it becomes just your norm. So your 110% ends up being your 100%.
That's exactly right.
And then you can push a little bit more.
That's it.
Push
That's
a
your
little
growth.
bit more.
Yeah.
And so if you're pushing that 10% or even 1% every single day, you know, from January 1 to December 31st, you know, like you are going to be so far ahead than what you were when it was January 1.
Yeah. Well, like that's exactly it. And that also comes from one of my favorite books, which most people have read, like Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
You know, just that little incremental increase in everything. Like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like if you put an ice block in a room or whatever and it's set it to a certain degree, it doesn't stop melting until like just like a 1% difference where it starts to melt.
Yeah.
And it's just that little push every day, like just to keep pushing yourself in that sense. But you know.
Speaking about ice, how are the ice baths going?
Oh yeah, I didn't actually do one. So like I took it down because we had like all that rain and it was full of crap. So, but I went to the gym this morning and then, yeah, man, it's hard. Like I think once you stop, it's harder to get back into it. But I did have a sauna and a cold shower today.
Nice.
Because I was like, I want my brain to be firing on cylinders as best I could, you know, to have a chat with you today. Because, you know, I'll be like, oh, go, will be, you know. Sometimes I feel like that, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm, you know, one sentence behind.
It's okay to feel like that every now and then.
Yeah,
you don't need to be like fully switched on all of the time.
I think you just get fried sometimes, man, you know, with everything going on.
Oh,
Sometimes.
yeah.
My brain's just like, you know, just fried, bro.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You want to do more, but you just don't have enough time in a day, really.
All right, so you've also kind of got into collecting things.
Yeah.
And how did that kind of come about?
The collection of things, I think that probably started with my father. He was a bit of a collector of things, like a bit of a, I wouldn't say hoarder, but he loved things, like collecting things, you know what I mean? And when I would see him, my mum would always be like, oh, don't buy him any more crap, like toy guns and shit. I was like, okay. And so she's like, you got to buy something practical, because obviously they're broken up, you know, when I was quite young.
Yeah.
And so she was like, buy him some shoes for school or something like that. Yeah. So when I catch up with my father, like maybe once a month or every 2 months, he'd buy me a pair of sneakers or something like that, so that I could actually wear. And so I think that affiliated with, you know, the connection with him, that obviously he wanted to see me and like, you know, treat me to something. He would buy me sneakers. So I think, you know, I just fell in love with sneakers then, obviously, in two ways, if that makes sense. Yeah. And also, like, we just always, like, I was just, you know, collecting comics and basketball cards. And I don't know, I love collecting things, and I love, like, watching their value grow as well. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like you hear about this, you know, I had Michael Jordan rookie card when I was 10 years old, and I used to throw it to my mate in the park, and now, you had to put that in the PGA, you know, case and got it graded and all that stuff. You'd have a fair bit of money in your bank. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so I love that idea that things become incrementally more valuable.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's totally great.
But also, it's a gift and a curse.
It is a gift and a curse.
It's a fucking curse as well.
I've only really started collecting stuff like as I've gotten older. No, I think because we moved around quite a bit when I was younger, we had to like either throw stuff out or we couldn't take it, and you know, like all that type of stuff. So, so I totally get the whole collecting things. And
there's a fine line between collecting, being cool and crazy, if you know what I mean. Like you can get someone's house and you'd be like, bro, you need to chill. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you see the like, I've been to places where there's just boxes like around, you know, you're just like, bro, come on, man, you need to chill, bro. You know, like seriously, like. sell some, or do something.
I mean, there's a couple of TikTok videos going around where it's this chick. She's like, "Do you want to know why he's not answering or replying to your text messages?" And then it flips over to another scene, and the guy's got like this transformer light up remote control car or something.
Yeah, like because it's that's the shit we wanted when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And now they got it, and they're like, it's not even them buying it, bro. It's us.
Well, it's this. Like, I think toy manufacturers are smart because all the retro stuff from like the 70s and the 80s kind of like coming back, and they realize that those children that had those things then are now adults and have money. And want to relive those memories or those times.
That's the same with anything like sneakers, anything like you just you get to the end of your life and you're like, I want to buy that Mustang I had when I was 18. Cruising around picking up chicks. Like you kind of get to that stage of
why did you wait till you were 80?
Well, because I guess you want to relive the feeling that you had, not so much the car.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
the
that's
times
true.
you had, like it's like the way they said the music between your like 18 to 25 is the most influential music of your life because it's the time where you have the craziest time.
Yeah.
Well, I did. I don't know about you, but
yeah, it was pretty crazy.
yeah.
18 to 21 was pretty crazy. I moved here when I was 21.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was
From New Zealand, bro?
Nah, bro, from Perth. Yeah, so you've brought a collection.
Well, I didn't bring
today.
I didn't bring a collection.
You brought some of your collection.
I just because when we were talking, like, what we want to talk about, you know what I mean? I would talk about me, talk about whatever, cooking or whatever. But he's like, well, we'll talk about some sneakers or sneaker culture and the fashion and the culture behind it a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, we can have a chat about that. I bought some stuff. So I'm going back to it's a gift and a curse. Like, so you got to really be careful about like just collecting pairs and then them just collecting dust. Like, I think you have to be smart as you get like progressively further in the culture and the understanding of like what to buy and what not to buy. Just buy what you like. Always buy your size. Like, don't buy something that's not your size because some people do that and they resell it or whatever. If you want to be a reseller, that's fine. Do what you got to do. But then also just buy your size so that it's least wearable. You know what I mean? And also,
what do you mean least wearable?
Because I feel like some people just buy a pair of sneakers for the sake because they can only get it in that size. Because like obviously, there's obviously like as sneakers are in high demand for certain styles, especially when it comes to like collaborations and stuff like that, they sell out quite quickly. So people might see a size that's not theirs come up, and then they just buy it, and then they try and resell it and stuff to buy the original. But I mean, I've done that a few times, and it's never worked for me.
Hang on, so there are collaborations for sneakers?
100%. Yeah.
Like different brands will go, hey, let's work together and make a sneaker together?
That is pretty much the basis of a lot of sneaker culture. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, 100%. The roots go deep on this thing. Like, you can get entangled into it very well. Is that right? Entangled? Trying to get that word out properly. Yeah. So, yeah, obviously, like, I'm wearing like a... So, I don't know, there's another, hot topic, Yeezy or whatever like that. So, I got like a Yeezy called a foam runner in, it's an Onyx colorway, they call it. And this is like the most comfortable shoe I've ever put on my feet. Hands down, like, just crazy comfortable. But also the design, they actually, they deposit like an algae-based plastic into like a mold.
Right.
It's sort of, and like that like 3D printed sort of sneaker is really big on the market right now. People love it. People love the idea that it's just like I think that could be the future of a lot of like slides and I don't know if whole sneakers, but like just, like a general sort of slide on sneaker could be something that you just end up buying because everyone's just going to have a 3D printer at home. Everyone's like, oh, did you fill the 3D printer up today, darling? No, I forgot to fill it up.
It's very much like Back to the Future when Marty went to the future and like they're just pressing the buttons and then things just like appear because they were all like made.
Speaking of Back to the Future, there's a pair of sneakers in that called the Air Mags that is probably one of the most famous sneakers of all time.
Is that the one like
the Nike
dries
lace-ups?
itself? Yeah.
Yeah, that's called the Air Mag. That sneaker, I think I don't know how many units they made, but that goes for upwards of 75,000 US.
What?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and that's probably maybe even going up hundreds of grand.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like $100 and something thousand Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's madness.
bro, there's people that obsessed with
Yeah.
sneakers and sneaker culture.
I guess if you're really passionate about it and passionate about the kind of like subculture, you've turned it into a business, like you kind of have to.
There's a lot of avenues there for it. Like
Yeah.
you can do, you can be like a reseller or whatever, like, or you can just be a collector. Like myself, I'm pick and choose, and like I go for more the crazy arts of it all. Like I want my sneakers to look like an art piece in a sense.
Yeah.
But then there's heaps of stores out there. But yeah, like I mean, there's lots of avenues when it comes to the reason why you collect sneakers.
Yeah. Right.
I think it's just more of a passion hobby for me.
So, is there a particular brand that you prefer, or what?
Well, I'll try and grab some of these over here and we'll have a look at them.
Yeah.
So like I said, there's like different collaborations. Sorry. So let me just try and get some of these on camera. All right. So so I brought some in for us to have a look at. And when we talk about collaborations, it's usually like a designer or a high-end designer or someone like an artist or someone that's like got their own sort of store set up, or something that they've already done that like a major brand wants to collaborate with them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like something like this. So this is like Yoshi Yotomoto, which is a Japanese designer. I hope I said that right, because my Australian accent always butchers stuff, right? I was like,
Sounded
that's not how you say it.
It
That's
sounded.
but this is a silhouette that is like this is like a Adidas silhouette that they've created for him as a designer.
Yeah.
And so like it's just really unique, and let's say really unique shape.
Yeah.
And it's like got a leather upper and like rubber sole. It's fucking cool. Like it looks like a spaceship or something.
Yeah, it does
Right?
look like a spaceship.
But like
Imagine
when you put
wearing
these,
them.
but like I think there's a lot of like I think fashion is important for individuality.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to spend a fortune to look like you can go to Ob Shop and get some crazy outfit and put it on. Like it doesn't matter.
And people do that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
yeah.
100%. And this is another one by Adidas, which recently come out. This is the Fear of God. And this is Jerry Lorenzo. It got a little bit of hate, but it's like supposed to be a basketball sneaker.
Well, why a little bit of hate?
I think there was a little bit of people waiting so long for it, and then when they got it, they weren't that happy with it or something. But I think it's cool. But
Right.
I mean, it's
Probably like the expectations around the hype.
well, I
of
think
it, or-
yeah, maybe I can only speak for myself, but I like this silhouette. But I think maybe the length of it coming out took too long, and the expectations were too high, and because it was out so long, it didn't hit the market the way it should have.
I think it's that is interesting, like having the right lead time
Yeah.
of like marketing, you know. I think
It's like Gran Turismo 6. They told us it's coming out, and it's going to be like a year away. Like, it's like, why did you even say anything? Just shut the fuck up.
maybe their global sales for GTA 5 went down. So they're like,
How many times can they remake that game, man? I mean, not remake it, but like I've got it on like 4 platforms now. Like, come on.
How many times can they like have a game where you like, run people over with a car?
There's probably other games, but no one's done it better.
So those two were Adidas?
Yeah, this is a Nike silhouette now. So it's an Adidas silhouettes. No, I don't have a lot of, like, I know there's a lot of other brands out there, like Asics and Solomon's and all these other brands, but I just don't collect them. Like, I only really stick to, like, Adidas and Nike. That's just what I like. So
Yeah, it's just what you like.
I only buy what I like.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a podcast the other day. This podcast is not sponsored by Nike, but who knows?
Well, I'm here if you want to talk.
Nike or Adidas, if you want to compete.
Was that Georgie's? Because I listened to that the other day.
Yeah, it was fucking funny.
It's cool. It's so good seeing like people that I've introduced to you coming on there, or not introduced, but mutual friends. You know what I mean? So good, bro.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love doing this.
Yeah,
because I've met so many people already,
bro.
and they've told me so much stuff, and there is something about just getting the reps in. You know, get the reps in and your practice, and I'll look back at the first one, and it was good, but then I can tell the difference in my, I guess, performance of
100%. Like even from the last, what you're up to 18, 19, 20, right?
Yeah,
man. How many people do you know have listened to Joe Rogan's first podcast? You know what I mean? I didn't start listening to that till it was 1,000 something, right?
Yeah.
But he had to start somewhere, and he's probably one of the biggest podcasters in the world.
Yeah,
he gets millions of views now.
He is the biggest podcaster.
He is the biggest, which he's just so good at it as well. He just gets people in that he's happy to say that are smarter than him.
Yeah.
To talk some smart shit, and I want to learn that smart shit because I want to be a dumbass.
Yeah,
so let's just listen.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think we were talking about obviously collaborations, and obviously this was one of my favorite collaborators of all time.
Yeah.
So, and this is, pardon me, it's hitting me that that Red Bull. This is Virgil Abloh. Sorry if I got that name wrong, but that's just how Australians say it, mate. All right, give us a break. And he was super creative in the way that he wanted to change so many elements of the base of a sneaker.
Yeah.
If you can see here, this is an Air Force One. Now, this isn't the most popular silhouette. This was probably one of the least popular silhouettes he's done, but I wanted to bring something in that was absolutely crazy and just kind of blow your mind on what people are doing.
And the fact that it's got a Grim Reaper on it as well.
That's cool. Yeah. That is cool. It'll take your soul.
Yeah.
It's a sneaker soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sneaker sole.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly. It's actually a shoe that I would probably wear.
Yeah, it is. I think once you wear it and it kind of these little bits fall off a bit, it'd probably be a little bit more easier to rock. But in saying this, he unfortunately passed away. I think it was last year, which was really sad because he was one of the best in the game, doing some of the best. And some of his sneakers, like the Jordan 1 Chicago High that he did, was is still today one of the most sought after sneakers in the world.
Yeah, right.
He did a Jordan 1 and he made it, which his brand is called Off-White. So his brand Off-White collaborated with Nike.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I see what you mean by this whole collaboration thing and kind of creating something that's unique for both brands to kind of tap into individual brands markets from another brand perspective. So
100%. Well, it's just getting fresh eyes on something.
Yeah.
It's when you collaborate with a fellow photographer. You're hey, what do you reckon we should do this? And they'll have a totally different vision on how it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
And that's what makes art as well, changing things and looking at things from different perspectives. And that's why some of these sneakers, not all of them, but some of them are super desirable and super limited as well.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, what makes it a collector's item, right?
Exactly. Or a collector, becoming a collector of it because it's harder to obtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a limited run and it's a collaboration,
Yeah. And then with those elements, you're going to get hype.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hype is people wanting something they can't have. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I'll finish with these two. So obviously we've got this is so I want to bring this one in for you today because this was one that kind of started the game for me when I got really into collecting sneakers and
So was this your first one?
No, I wouldn't say it was wasn't my first one, but I feel this one pushed me further to really push to collect more sneakers, even though it is a gift and a curse. We've already touched base on that, but you got to be picky with what you buy. But this obviously is called a Yeezy 350. There's a few versions of it, but this sneaker, the way he did this and the silhouette and the comfortability of it all, and just everything at the time when this came out, the biggest shoe on the market was the Roshe. Remember the Nike Roshe?
I think so.
It was kind of like this sort of shape, but he was like, it doesn't look anything as good as this. And then he was like, okay, well, we want to find a market for that, but we want to create hype around it. So he produced this. This was, I think, his first silhouette with Adidas that he ever did. I don't know if this is the first colorway. I think there's another colorway came out. This is the Pirate Black. But when this came out, it was bananas. Like, people lost their minds. Like, I know there's more back in the day with like pigeon dunks and stuff like that. There's been hype throughout the sneaker culture since sneaker culture was a thing.
So there's a lot of potassium.
What?
Thrown around.
Potassium.
Yeah, bananas.
You're a classic. Sorry for the bad dad jokes, guys.
I'm not.
I'm not sorry.
That's cool. Sorry, not sorry. What did Sushi A say to Sushi B?
Sushi A, Sushi B.
Wasabi.
Clean up in aisle E for Eli.
Oh, that's classic, bro. You should just do the whole podcast like that next time.
Do the whole podcast like this. It's a voice changer. $2,000 or we knock off your son.
Give me the money in the bin. I think that's creepy, bro. Don't ever call anyone with that voiceover.
Hey, I haven't called anybody on the podcast just yet, but I know there's Bluetooth capability for this thing, so
that would be cool. Just like, can we get a phone a friend, please?
yeah. So, dial someone into the podcast.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How about we like call Siri?
That'd be fucking. Hey, you're live at the minute, and yeah, we just want to ask you a question.
Yeah, what's his shoe collection like? And he says that he likes Asian food. Is that true? 10 points.
50-50. Anyway, so yeah, that was the Yeezy. So obviously, yeah, like that created a lot of buzz and hype, and obviously like that sneaker when it came out was like $200, but then at that time, like when people couldn't get it was selling for like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And then, pardon me, the last sneaker we have that I'm going to talk about is probably the most popular silhouette and was on most people's list as the best sneaker of last year that came out the whole year, like the best sneaker that came out the whole year, any brand, any platform, anything.
So hang on a minute. There are sneaker awards?
Not sneaker awards, but I think like it's more like if you said to me, "Oh, I like sneakers, but I don't know what to buy. What was the best sneaker last year?" This.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
On most people's, there's gonna be people that go, "I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it because I don't like green." Fuck, cool, whatever, But most people will agree with me.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Okay.
You get what you get. You don't get upset, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So this was super popular for a couple of reasons. Obviously, this silhouette, this is called a Jordan 4. This is probably one of the most popular silhouettes in the market right now. Like most people love this silhouette, and I've loved it since years ago. Like it's always been a crazy silhouette. I think I could be wrong, but I think it's Tinker Hatfield who was the original designer of most of these.
Bro, your knowledge of the designers or like who's made what, I'm just like amazed.
Yeah, well, I'm passionate about things that I do and things that I put my energies in. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I could be wrong, though. I could fuck that up. I know Tinker Hatfield did one or two. I could be wrong.
Sounds
I could be
impressive.
wrong. Oh, no, I think I could be wrong. I can't remember. I'll probably fuck that up.
All right.
Anyway, I know he was one of the major designers in the original couple of Jordans. Yeah, so the reason why this was so popular is it's one of the most popular silhouettes, but also what they did is they collaborated with their own company. So like obviously all these other collaborations, like, oh, Yeezy coming in, he's going to throw his weight around, swinging dick style, I'm Yeezy, I want this. What they did was they collaborated with two franchises within their own organization. Exactly. So this is like, obviously there's like, Nike running, and there's Nike sports, and then there's Nike skateboarding, and then there's a Jordan brand, which has its own sort of style and revenues and money that it spends and whatever, and produces. So what they did was they collaborated a Nike with a Nike SB with the Jordan brand to create a skating shoe. So this is actually a skating shoe. And what they did is they changed a lot of the leathers and uppers and rubbers and made it more skatable, which you'd have to be blaming mad. Like only, famous skaters got these in this fashion. But they made like a lot of the rubbers a lot softer in the insoles, and they took the plate out of it to give you more like foot room and stuff like that.
And is it because they found that skaters were wearing Jordans?
Yes. So skaters originally were like, because I think back in the day, like we used to be able to get Jordan 1s just sitting on shelves, which is like unusual. It was unusual for a couple of years, but it's happening more now. But they used to skate in them because they used to go on sale, and the skaters loved them because they're all leather upper and stuff. So they worked really well for skating.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people I don't know exactly who it was, but they found a market. Nike found a market for using a similar silhouette, but like a dropped like height on the Jordan 1 to create the Nike SB, which looks like a dunk. It's pretty much a dunk, but it's just got like different like cushions and paddings and board blastings and stuff through there and stuff like that. So like I said, this was my favorite sneaker of last year. I don't know.
It's a pretty cool silhouette though.
It just it's amazing. Yeah. And it's the colors and the off-white of it, like the off-white leather, and just a cool sneaker. And also like actually I don't know, but they say that Jordan himself hates green Jordans.
Right.
So like you see a little bit less green Jordans in any other colorway.
Gotcha.
I don't know why that is, but that's what they reckon.
Maybe he's
all green. I think there's a pair of shoes from Mark Wahlberg for the Wahlburgers that's completely green, and it's super rare, and it's worth like $150,000 US or something. It's ridiculously expensive. Sneakers can go insane, and considering like these sneakers will in 10 years be unwearable. Like this will all break down. So they only have a limited life.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because they break down.
What about if you get them vacuum
I think there's things you can do, but I think there's most of them they'll all break down.
But at the end of the day, you're not really going to wear them though, are you?
I think I do wear a lot of my sneakers.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some that I do hold. I do like to hold them for a few years, see how they go on the market. If I want to keep them, if I want something, because they can become too expensive to wear, or too rare to wear.
What does that mean? Too expensive to wear?
Like they're worth too much money that I can't justify wearing them, so I'll probably sell them. Because I mean, money is money.
Right,
you know?
right. Okay.
I'd rather if someone was like, I'm gonna put these to toe, then I was like, right, go for it, man. That's awesome. And sometimes I'll just like, oh, fuck it, I'll just wear them.
Yeah.
If I just rock them. But I don't actually get to wear a lot of sneakers because like obviously I like sneakers because I dance, and I always like to have nice sneakers on when I'm dancing or making choreography or teaching a class.
Yep.
But then you wouldn't wear these to teach a class.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean, you're supposed to skate at them, but I don't think
probably not functional.
I can pretty much dance in anything, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I've danced in Timberlands before.
Okay.
Heaps of stuff. So.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So, thanks so much for bringing the sneakers and getting a bit of an insight into that whole sneaker culture and
I think
stuff like that.
I think it's cool for people to I think if you're interested in sneakers, then it's cool to have a passion or hobby for it. And the more you dive in, the more you enjoy it. But it is a gift and a curse. You got to be smart, Yeah.
You
can't be buying sneakers every week, or unless you got
unless you've got a disposable income.
Exactly, bro. And I don't. So I've just got to be smart. Sometimes I pass them on. Sometimes I keep them. Just try and keep it like to a certain amount.
Yeah. So what's plans for 2024 for Eli?
2024, bro. It's hard to hear that sometimes because I keep forgetting we're in.
I know, and we're in February already.
I know, it's crazy, bro.
This year is just gonna go like that.
It always does.
It
always flies by. I don't know, man. Like I said, I just took on a new role with pretty much the company that I've been working for as an executive chef. So just trying to focus on my energies on that, and I really like the business partners I have. So I really want to make it work and be successful in that, and hopefully be able to continue my success outside of that in like my dancing and stuff when things kind of calm down and level out a little bit. So yeah. I think I just really focusing on obviously my beautiful girlfriend and spending time with her and
Shout out to Siri.
and just trying to create a life with her.
I still need to get you to braid my hair, Siri.
Yes, the braid master. She used to braid my hair. It was cool when I had long hair. Remember? That was fucking cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, just trying to I guess just focus on my fitness.
Yeah.
And I really want to get back to teaching hopefully soon. And yeah, I want to buy maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. This market's a bit all over the shop at the minute. So
Yeah,
I'm not in
I
any
think
rush.
it is a little bit all over the shop.
Yeah,
so,
we'll see. We'll see.
well, that's exciting, man. Like, I mean, congrats as well for like starting a new role and doing all of that. And I've still yet to come to your other locations.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
will do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And test out the coffee there and the food and stuff like that.
Well, come and see me over at Levi and Murrumbina,
Yeah.
or my other venue that I have my current chef running is Frank's, which is you're quite familiar with.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And you enjoy it there. So
Well, as I've mentioned to a couple of people already,
Tion, I remember I listened to that podcast. he's a fucking legend, that guy, bro. I love that
he's
guy.
a legend,
Bro,
but like
he's so good.
I was
bro.
living here for a whole year before I decided to walk into Frank's because I knew
Yeah.
that I would be in every single day, and now I am literally in every single day.
Yeah, you got to get your hit, bro.
Got to get
Your chai hit.
the chai, the fact I'm on this like muffin roller coaster
Bro,
now.
you got to chill with those muffins, man.
Bro, what is going on with the milk chocolate and the berries?
It's all shit that tastes good, man. That's what it is, It's just sugar.
It's so bad.
Got to get in the
But
keto.
so-
Give up the sugar for a while.
Yeah.
Give up the sugar for a while, then you'll crave it less. It's like anything. Like once you hit it, you're just like
Yeah, that's true. That's
can't
true.
stop. Need more.
That's true.
And
That's
up
true.
and downs.
So where can people find you if they want to talk to you about sneaker culture or like dance or?
I don't really do a lot. I mean, obviously we're gonna work on some cooking videos, and I've done a few cooking videos and stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm keen to do a video with you.
I'm keen to do some like sneaker videos as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think it's tricky to do because I don't know. We'll work something out. We'll work something. We'll
Something.
We'll do another- maybe
in the
we'll-
pipeline.
maybe we'll do like a weekly or monthly kind of sneaker recap.
Yeah.
Even maybe if people like it and they're like, oh, I want to hear what's going on in the sneaker world. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in Australia though, so obviously America has a lot more releases and a lot more availability and a lot
But-
more culture around it, but it's still here, still
like,
present.
there's no reason why we can't like review stuff here that's being
100%.
released over there.
100%, man. If people want it, I'm keen. I'm keen. I'm always keen to do some stuff, to talk about stuff I'm passionate about, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, if people want it, I'm keen as. But probably
So
best
Instagram.
Instagram mostly. I have a sneaker one, but it's just sort of been a bit lazy with it. And so you can just find me at Eli the Chef Faye.
Yep.
And it's like one thing.
Yep.
And I think there will be a link there somewhere, probably underneath, right?
Yeah.
I'll put a link.
I'll put something like pops up.
Yeah, it's just that's just like my lifestyle one, bro. Just like cooking and dancing and stuff,
Yeah, sweet as.
whatever.
Sweet as.
Like I said, I'm not massive self-promoting, so you can follow me if you want. I just living my life, just a dude living his life.
I'll promote you, brother.
Um,
I'll promote you to my number one promoter. You need to come and live here every single day so you can hype me up.
Oh man, I love hyping people up, bro.
It's funny. Amazing. Well, again, thanks so much for coming along.
Thanks
to
for
the
having me, man.
podcast.
Like I had a blast. It's been so fun.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, it was just like a
and
normal conversation between us, where we just talked about some stuff that we know.
100%. 100%. I'll make sure we have some beers in here next time.
Oh, we'll do a night one. We'll do a night session.
Yeah, we'll
have
do
a couple
night
of
one.
beers, and for sure, man. Yeah, I'd love to come back and do it sometime soon. And just keep on doing what you're doing, man. Like respect, and like I said, I love podcasts, and I think it's the future. It's the future of just fucking learning about people and learning about things. And
Yeah.
I think there's so many holes in the market for it.
Exactly.
There's so many, and like especially here, like I only know a few people that are doing it here, but like most of my podcasts come from the US.
Yeah.
So let's talk to some people here. Like we've got cool people here. Let's have something.
Yeah, 100%.
And the creative avenues that you're going through as well.
We definitely have some cool people here. Like,
Yeah.
it's just madness.
Yeah.
It's madness.
And we need more platforms for those people. Like, I know they're out there. Like, I have a few friends that do, like, business stuff and mindset stuff and stuff like that. But, I mean, like, when you were starting this, I was like, I'm going to do photographers. I'm like, let's do creatives, bro.
yeah, creatives. Yeah.
Creatives is the way to go because you can talk to anyone that's creative and there's so many avenues of creativity.
Exactly.
So that's sick.
Exactly.
And big us, man. And yeah, cool, bro. Just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, boy. Amazing. Thanks, everyone, for listening
Thanks,
in.
guys.
Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button. And catch you guys on the next one. See ya.
Peace.